Okay, how's it going, guys? I decided to do a little something different today as a guy who does a lot of Zatch Bell videos. I'm still waiting on if the 105 commentary video isn't going to get flagged or blocked or anything. I think Toei Animation has a lot of egg on their face right now because of what Mark did to them. Rather, what they tried to do to him, and then he basically just showed them, okay, you idiots have no idea what you're even talking about. So I think Toei Animation is largely just staying out of the copyright sphere for the time being. But until that point, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a Zatch Bell tier list today. It's from S to E, and this isn't sort of in any order of, like, power or anything. Well, it is, but at the same time, I kind of want to do, like, a little bit of my personal tastes, as well as, sort of, I guess the story quality of certain Momotos. Because I think some have better stories and some kind of don't really. Anyways, let's get started, and, there's actually 101 here. 101 Momotos that we're looking through today. And I'm going to save the best for last, but, and I'm going to put them in a certain order. So, let's go ahead and start with, our allies. Let's go with Brago, and he is definitely a S tier. Easy S tier. Excellent story, huge amount of power, love the guy. He came in second place for a reason. His story is, you know, pretty impressive, and it gets you to like an elitist, because technically he is an elitist of sorts. So definitely S right there. Barry, he is, yes, he is, technically he started off as a villain, but in the manga he did become an ally. So let's go ahead, put him easy S tier right there, because he is, you know, as a hero, he became, you know, this scrappy, kind of awesome dude, you know? He fought Elzador, someone who was insanely out of his league. So, yeah, I definitely gotta give Barry an S tier. He is that freaking awesome. Okay, next, let's go with Kiddo. Where is Kiddo? Also, this is including the book owners as well, because the book owners can also have really good stories as well. So Kiddo and Dr. Riddles, there they are. Kiddo and Dr. Riddles are, I would say, an A. I'm not saying they're unnecessary, but I don't know. If they're going to be sort of a mentor, if Dr. Riddles is going to be a mentor figure to Kyo, I don't know, I feel like he could have been a lot more than that, more than just a guy who messes with him. Don't get me wrong, the messing with him is funny, but I feel like there could have been more, is my opinion. It's, like, this is actually a very close call here. I wanted to put Kiddo and Dr. Riddles in S really badly, but I'm sorry, they're an A. Okay, next is Ted and Jeed. Here we go. Ted and Jeed, I would say, I want to put him in S. I want to so badly, but, oh my god, no, they're an A. Because Ted, he just obsesses over Cherish the whole time. Yeah, he's just not, and I feel like he could have been a more stronger character, but even in the manga, sorry, I had to take a drink of water. In the manga, he starts at, you know, in the Fado arc, but then he just kind of disappears off. So, I don't know. Ted's an A for me. Good, but like I said, just missing that extra oomph. Okay, now, Cherish and Nicole, where are they? Here they go. Cherish and Nicole, I want to give a B to. And I give them a B because their story overall is pretty good, but, and they have a decent amount of power, but I feel like for all that build-up, there could have been a better payoff, both in the manga and in the anime. It just could have been better. It could have been handled better. And I like their design. Their design is interesting, in the sense that, you know, Cherish is, you know, very, preppy looking, and Nicole is very, I guess, more dressed down, conservative looking. It's kind of interesting. Okay. Kalulu and Lori. Where are they? I'm trying to find them. Kalulu and Lori. Where are you two? As with more and more Momotos, it's more and more difficult to find certain ones. Where is Kalulu and Lori? Where are they? What the heck? There they are, Kalulu and Lori. Right here. For as short of a time Kalulu was in the story, unfortunately, she's not really referenced much again. But for the one episode they were in, you definitely remember them. And a lot of people give props to this episode because it defines the tone for the rest of the series. And for that, they get at least a B. At least a B. I have a feeling if they were staying in the story longer, maybe we could do, if you guys are down for what ifs, we could see what happens if there was a what if Kalulu wanted to stay in the story longer. Okay, so next is Wanrei and Lian. Let's see, where are they? They are smooching right here. Wanrei and Lian, definite S. They are the power couple of the whole series. They're kind of awesome. Pardon me for a sec, folks. But yeah, Wanrei and Lian, they are the power couple of the whole series. They're awesome. Can't be beat. And they make it all the way to the Fado arc. They started off kind of midway through Season 1, and they stuck with it the whole time. And their story is one of tragedy, love, all that stuff. It's perfect. Okay, next, Layla and Albert. Where are they? Where did I put Layla and Albert? Let's see, where are Layla and Albert? Where did I put those two? There they are. Layla and Albert. They have a pretty good story. But I don't know. I feel like, much like with Kiddo and Dr. Riddles, there could have been a little bit more. And it would have been interesting to see if they decided to stay on to the end of the battle. You know, if Layla had tried to actually win. That would have been interesting. So, yeah, let's go ahead and put them at a definitely solid A. Really good, but I'd like a little more. Okay, next, Mia and, what was her name? I forget, what is her name? Belle. Oh, Shion. Yeah, Mia and Shion. Just to let you guys know, those are completely filler characters. They were not in the anime at all. And you know what? This is one of the few filler episodes that were done really, really right. 3 filler episodes that were done really freaking well. And to the point where I would say they're just flat out canon. So, Nia and Shion, they get a B. They're a solid B. Alright, so Karud and Sauza. I know they started off as villains as well, but I feel their transition to allies was very poorly done. It just kind of happened. I wish it was handled a lot better. So, yeah, I have to give Karud and Sauza a C. I mean, they're kind of cool and interesting in the fact that, you know, they're ice while, you know, Ponygon/Umagon is fire. But yeah, I feel like they could have been handled better. Okay, Acheron and Reen V's. For those of you who don't know who they are, this is a pair that made it to the top 10 of the Momoto fight, and they came overall in 9th place, and they sort of are our introduction to the final villain. And they are really awesome, and Raikou worked them into the story earlier than you might think. They introduced Elzador as his brother, and so they go with Acheron, and he kind of shows the scale of combat that you have to be on to compete with Clearnote. So it gives the Zatch and everybody else a sort of marker to go on. And hang on, I need to check something real quick. This is at 10 minutes and 30 seconds in. Alright, so back where we were. Acheron, once again, this is a very... Sorry, that's my cat. Once again, this is a very close S-class, but he's going to go in A. Unfortunately, because, much like the others, I just really wanted some more. It just felt like not quite enough. Okay, next is Ellie and Arth. Ellie and Arth, they are really strong. They have a really compelling story. The fact that Ellie has got some kind of illness really endeared us towards her. Overall, they came in 10th place in the manga. I know in the anime they got their book burned earlier, but yeah, I would say Ellie and Arth are an easy S tier. Next, Poppy Pudio and Rooper. God, they spend the vast majority of the whole series being incredibly unlikable and infuriating, but they do have a redeeming arc at the end of the manga. I will say that. Now I just have to find their picture. Where are Poppy Pudio and Rooper? Or Lupa, whichever is the correct pronunciation. Where the fuck are they? What the heck? Did I add them? I know I added them. Oh, there they are, down there. Okay, so yeah, Poppy Pudio and Rupa, they're a C. Annoying most of the time, but then they get a little redemption arc. Otherwise, if without that redemption arc, they'd be a D or an E. They're kind of that annoying. Okay, Rops and Apollo. They're also sort of that little entry point to the higher levels of the battle, because after Kyo and Zatch had about like 4 or 5 spells, they went up against them and in a really close fight, and yeah, the fact that Zeon basically just tears through them like tissue paper is like, holy shit. But yeah, I didn't get enough. They would have been an easy A. They're almost an A, but they got to go in a B, unfortunately. Okay, Yopopo. Sorry, he's kind of annoying. Yopopo, and Gem is kind of a little... I don't want to say a bad word, but she's not likable. I don't like her. But their story is kind of heartwarming and charming towards the end, so I got to give them a C. Yeah, I feel like for the episodes they were in, they could have been done better. Okay, Ria and Alishi. Their story overall is an interesting one. You kind of have the feeling going in that they are a very temporary force in this, and that they are probably going down. And I do like Alishi's design, not so sure about Ria being this little Teletubby thing. But for what short amount of time we get with them, they are really well integrated into the story and very easily fit in. I want to give them an A. They're A. Okay, Danny and Mr. Goldo. Where did I put them? Let's see. Where are Danny and Mr. Goldo? Let's see. Danny and Mr. Goldo. Danny and Mr. Goldo. Let's see. Where did I put them? I know they're here. Come on. Where are Danny and Mr. Goldo? I know I put them in here. Where are they? Let's see. Okay. As I fill out this list, it should be easier to find, but no way. No freaking way. I added them. Oh, there they are. Dirk. Okay. Danny and Mr. Goldo, for the short amount of time they're in the story, again, they make a very good impression, so they get an S tier. Very easy S. They come right back at the beginning. Well, Danny comes back at the ending, and he helps out Zatch. He's the first one to help out. And once again, I feel like the story really could have been impacted if they were in it longer, and it's a shame. It's a damn shame that they were not. I wish they could have stayed longer. Okay. Momon and Ellie. Let's see. I love those two, but I don't know. I feel like they were kind of introduced in the story as kind of a Deus Ex Machina. In a sense. They were just introduced largely to find Faudo. And I don't know. I don't feel like Momon really makes up for it with a dearth of personality. I like Ellie. I like her little singing contest with Keith. But I feel like more could have been done with them. I'm trying to find them at the moment. Where did I put them? Where did I put Ellie and Momon? Do I have their picture? Hang on a sec. Oh, there they are. Okay. Yep. Momon and Ellie, they get a B. I know. They're adorable. Ellie's adorable, but I gotta put her at a B. Her and Momon, I feel like more could have been done with them, and I do like that she hooks up with Sunbeam. I do like that, but they're a B. Okay, Rain and Kyle. Where did I put them? Let's see. I'm just trying to find them again. Let's see. Rain and Kyle, I really enjoyed their story. It is one of the few times that when editing the series, I actually teared up a little bit at their parts. Their whole arc was kind of... there they are. It's kind of amazing. For the four episodes that they were in, they really leave a mark. And on top of that, it helps us get introduced to more of the Faudo arc villains. I gotta go put them in an S. Not only in terms of power, but really great story they got. Anyways, Pamoon and Lance, or is it Shelby? I think, or Shelby was his first book owner, I think. But Pamoon, a lot of people hype up Pamoon, and I feel like the hype is a little much. I don't know. Pamoon just did not leave the impression on me that other people got, I guess. So, Pamoon, I'm sorry guys, Pamoon is a B. Solid, but, I don't know, I'm not seeing the hype. Anyways, that's it for the allies. Let's move on to Movie 1. Wise Man and Kotaha. If you haven't seen Movie 1, again, it's available on BitChute, and I might post it on here. Again, if Toei Animation has decided to stop being ginormous assholes. Wise Man and Kotaha, they make a really great movie villain. This, I don't know, it was just the perfect setup, this perfect little thing they got going, the 101st book. That is all just too perfect. They get an S, an easy S tier. If you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie on our BitChute right now, and I'm going to put it on Rumble soon enough as well. We are on a bunch of alternative platforms, so if you can't watch the movie here on YouTube, it will be available pretty much everywhere else. So, next, we do a filler arc villain. This is between the Ancient Momoto arc and the in the Fado arc, Maestro. He's this guy who, I think he was an ancient Momoto, but he got like trapped between dimensions. It's unclear how exactly that worked. They think they just needed, I think Toei Animation felt they just needed like 3 filler episodes that were kind of epic, like they did with Greaseor and all that stuff. But I don't know, it doesn't come out as well. It just felt like it kind of dragged on a little bit, and Umagon got dragged there for no reason. So, he's a C. Yeah, he could have been done better. Okay, now let's move on to the Season 1 villains. These are the sort of, one-episode villains that kind of show up and get us more engrossed in the series. And it really all depends how much of an impression they leave on you. Some leave a good amount of impression. You don't get a good impression from others. So let's go with Hyde and Ido. And initially I wanted to put them at like a B, but you know what? They're a C. Power, they have a decent arc, but Toei Animation just completely forgot about them. They just forgot to wrap up their arc. They forgot to give them at least one more episode to see their book burning or whatever, but yeah, they just kind of get forgotten about, and it's a little frustrating. So they're a C. Okay, Marus and Rembrandt. Where did I put them? Let's see, I saw them. Where did they go? Here they are. Marus and Rembrandt. They're a solid C. I feel like, I don't know, maybe they could have extended it out an episode to really show Marus's, turning on Tia. I don't know, feel like they had a more strong friendship, but the dude has like fucking sharp teeth. It's like you knew he was going to be a villain from the start, Tia. What were you thinking? Okay, Raycom and Hosokawa. They are a really good, I did this in my Philosophy of Zatch Bell video, but they are a really good little segue into the sort of world that you're in with Zatch Bell. So I want to give them a, but I feel like they could have done more, and there is a video game where you do a what if arc if they last longer, so I want to give them a C. Largely because they probably could have been more powerful, but we never really got to see much. Renji and Gofure. I don't know, I feel like they were just kind of extraneous in the story. Like, it's almost like they were just kind of tacked on to add to the threat of Brago and Sherry as well. Where did I put them? Let's see. Renji and Gofure. Where are they? Star, what are you doing? You silly kitty. There they are. There's Renji and Gofure. Unfortunately, Renji and Gofure are our first E. Yeah, Renji could have been a good doggy, but, yeah. They didn't give me much. Sugino and Haru. Talk about a letdown, to be honest. I really wanted more out of them, but we really did not get as much as we could have. We didn't see their book burning either. They just kind of show up, they give Kyo and Zatch a good fight, and then they leave, and then we never get to see them again. So, yeah, Sugino and Haru, they're an E as well. Eshros and Shin. Now, Shin has a really good story. Eshros, he's just a little bastard. But their story is decent. For the one episode it's in, it's kind of decent. It kind of shows that the book owners get manipulated into this as well, and it kind of shows that even if they aren't in it to win it, there's good that can come out of this whole battle. So Eshros and Shin, they get a D, at the very least a D. Felt like it could have been a lot better if they had a few more episodes to flesh it out. Could have been better. Fane and Sebe, no argument here. Those guys get an E. They just showed up. They're basically, Saturday morning cartoon villains. Robnos and Ruku. Where did I put them? Colleen O'Shaughnessy does a really good job as Robnos. And I don't know if Doc Brown did Ruku, but it really sounds like it. Where did I put Robnos and Ruku? Let's see. They should be easier to find. What the heck? Don't tell me I didn't include them. I know I did. Where are Robnos and Ruku? Oh, that's Zabas and Gallant. Oh no. I'm not sure if I included them. Oh no. Can you add extra pictures? Oh no. Oh no, I didn't include them. I don't see them. Well, if I see them, I'll add them. But let's move right along. My bad, guys. Okay, Baltro and Stang. They have a decent amount of power, and it's interesting seeing them in the story while they last. I feel like they ended up being kind of silly, but silly in a good way, and they do kind of introduce Kyo back to his father, which is an arc we needed to see. So Baltro and Stang, for me, they get a solid B. And the fact that Baltro bit Volgore, that's pretty funny. Okay, Grisor and Dr. Hakase. Now, like I said, Nia and Shion's little arc is really solid. And as villains, I mean, here's the thing, right? Filler anime, it has to be done right. It is very, very difficult to do correctly. So, for doing a 3-episode filler arc really well, as villains go, Grisor and Dr. Hakase get an A. I mean, they're not exactly likable, but, you know, for being this focal point of a story that, you know, really gets you going, they're an A. Okay, so next is Kikuropu, who is the British gentlemen who are chasing Gem and Yopopo, because largely they're just dicks who have a strength advantage, which is kind of messed up. It's like, what the hell, dude? You're just bullying those two because you're stronger? That's not fair. Let's see, where did I put them? I know I put them on here. Here they are. Kikuropu and the British gentleman. You know what? Their whole arc in the story for, you know, as little as they're in it, they at least get a D. You know, I think they could have been done better, but, yeah, they're a solid D. Okay, next is Pokorico. I believe he is that, kind of big guy that, Barry defeats pretty easily. He's an E. Okay, now Zoberon and Hige. This was, Poppy Purio and Ruper's first, partner. I'm sorry, they're just as annoying as those two, but they don't get a redemption arc, so yeah, they're an E. They're basically Poppy Purio and Ruper without the redemption arc. Sorry. And then, let's see. Cut and Paste. Did I add him? Please tell me I added him. I'm not seeing him. Oh, wait. Wait. Did I add him? Please tell me I did. I don't see him. Yes, Cut and Paste. On sheer creativity alone. The fact that they're a minion of Grisor and Dr. Hakase also adds to that. The fact that there is a Momoto whose element is scissors and glue is kind of awesome. They get a C. Okay, Barancha and Garza. Once again, this is sort of a smaller episode villain, and I like their overall design. And they left an impression on you for how little they were in the story. I felt like they could have been put further on in like the Fado arc, but for the time they're in, they get a B. Solid B. Okay. Oh, wait, no. I got that backwards. Don Poco was the guy that Barry beat. This guy. And who is... Oh, yeah, Pokorico. He was that wood villain that Brago beat very easily. Yeah. He's an E as well. Okay. So, Zabas and Gallant. Let's see. I did this a little bit out of order as intended. but oh well. Zabas and Gallant, here they are. Yeah, they're kind of Saturday morning cartoon villains, but for the half episode they're in, you know, they're kind of powerful. They kind of leave a little bit of an impression. They give us a chance to see Wanrei and Leon show what they got, so yeah, they get a D. And there is one more villain that was in Season 1, Fugigaro. I'm sure I might find them, but for the life of me, I can't. Oh, right, Bago. Bago and Frito. Their antics are really, really funny for the episode they're in, and they give Consume and Fulgore a chance to really, you know, show everybody what they got. So, Bago and Frito get a C. They're a solid C. They're pretty funny, decently powerful, and they give Consume and Fulgore a chance to shine. Alright, so, let's move on to the Season 2 villains. Let's go ahead and do Penny and / Patty and Uri. They are an S. Comedic, their story is decent. Patty gets a little redemption arc at the end. I'm not counting her as an ally because she was a villain the vast majority of the time. So yeah, but she's a definite S tier. Belgium EO. Very powerful, very funny, and on top of that, he adds to Kiddo and Dr. Riddle's story arc, because he's the one who ends up burning their book. So let's put him at an A. Very solid A. Victorine Sama. I love Victorine. Very melon. He's an S. No commentary. Victorine gets an S right away. Okay, so Bianco and Alvin. I don't know, I feel like Alvin could have gotten a bit more fleshing out. And, Bianco as that, you know, he feels like, oh, I'm the little weak underling who's, you know, who just wants to, serve, Zophis. I don't know, I feel like he could have gotten more of a redemption arc. I wanted more, so let's put them at a B. At the very least, also because they're not super annoying. Okay, now there is a lot of Momotos here. This is going to be kind of a speed round. The Silent Rulers. The three that Brago fought. They get a C. They're kind of intimidating, kind of cool. Some other of these Momotos, Ancient Momotos, they go in E. If I don't even remember their names, they get an E. 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 D. I kind of remember him. E. He gets a C? Because I think that's Pyom, correct? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. E. E. Looking through. Demolt. He introduces us to a spell that is used more to the Zagurzem spell. And he's very powerful, so he gets a B. Let's see. There is, I believe, Gans, and I forget his book owner's name. But I believe they had a little redemption story with Consume that I remembered, but I don't remember everything. That's a C. Let's see, who is the one who fights Umagon first? Gelios. I believe Gelios is where we finally get to see Umagon's first spells. They're a C. Sorry if I'm speed rounding this, but trying to really get through it. These are also an E. E. These don't even show up in the anime. E. 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 This random book owner that Brago and Cherry beat. E. Also a random book owner that Arth and Ellie beat. Oh wait, no, that's in Season 3. This dragon, I'm putting him in the D just because he's a dragon. Goran of the Stone. I feel like more could have been done with him. but the fact that he has such an impact on the story is pretty epic. So I'm going to give him a B. And then one of the few other Momotos I remember, Sao Long, and I think Cao Fang and Sao Long, yeah, they left kind of an impact. That was kind of an epic battle. It's one of the few Season 2 battles I really was able to hold my attention. They get an A. Solid A. And good story. Okay, more. I'm going to give this kitty a C, just because it's a kitty. And then D. D. E. E, because you're a clown. D. E. And I think that is it. Oh, wait, no, one more. I don't even know what you are. You're gonna need. Oh, and Nicholas and what's his face? Yeah, I don't like them to begin with. And I felt like they were completely pointless. E. They even had a filler episode later on that was pointless. So, E. And wait, there's one more that's in the manga here? E. Okay. I think that's it for our... Oh, wait, no. One more. This one, I like the design, and they stayed in the story decently. C. Okay, so... Oh, one... I keep forgetting. One more, and because he's a dragon, D. Okay, now we're down to our last few here. The Season 3 villains, as well as our main characters, and our main villains. So... let's go ahead and do our Season 3 villains. Keith and Bernie. They get an S. They are hilarious. I love their story in the manga, the fact that they tie to Barry so well. I love their little rivalry, and especially how it's changed up in the anime. That's awesome. They get an S. Buzurai and Kazu. Powerful, decent, but lacking. They get a C. Very lacking. Rodu and Cheetah. Very interesting story, very interesting rivalry they have with Wanrei and Lien, because they're the ones who recruit them. But I feel like they could have gotten a little more, maybe a tiny little redemption arc at the end. They get an A. Zaruchimu and Roshin Mo. They have a very interesting design, but very few redeeming character qualities. They just seem like the cool Saturday morning villains. But that cool factor alone gets them a B. They're a B. Fongo and what's his face? I even forget his book owner's name. They leave so little of an impression. I feel like they were just a regular Momoto design with just fire added. They're a D. Hogan and Million Suit. They are designed for nothing more than padding. Extra minutes added to an episode, they're an E. Jaydun and Escarco. Interesting design, and I believe they might have been the predicate for Clear Note and Vino. But I feel like we could have gotten more with them. They get a C. Okay, Gyaron and Harry Jet. I really like their design, and once again I was asking more. Cool factor alone, and the fact that they pad the story just a wee bit, they get a C. Okay, Elzador. For his addition to the story with Barry, and how kind of cool he is, and the fact that he's a dragon, and his power, he gets a B. Did I add that snail guy in there? I forget. Oh, that's not a snail, but that's an E. Mirayon. I think that's this guy. Yeah, that's someone Arth and Ellie burn. That's an E. And I think, yeah, we are down to Rogue Viper as well, and we are down to the wire, down to the last few. Okay. Now, it is time for our main 4 characters. Our main 4 book owners that make it to the very end. Zatch and Kyo. Parko Fulgore and Kanchame. Umagan and Tia and Megumi. Zatch and Kyo, obviously the story's about them. and they win, they're an S. It would be remiss of me not to give them an S. Conchame and Fulgore, they have a very close place to my heart. I love their story. It's very nice. And they were taken out because, towards the end, Conchame gets some damn good spells. They are an S. Now, I love Umagon. I want to preface this. I don't want to get killed by you guys. I love Umagon and Sunbeam. They're wholesome. I love them. They're almost an S. They're almost. But they're an A. They're an A. Sorry. Okay. And Tia and Megumi. You guys might get mad at me for this, but I don't care. This is a hill I will die on. Tia and Megumi, story-wise, power, and even placement, they're a B. They are the only top 10er that is a B. They're aside from, oh yeah, probably Puyo and Rupa make it to the top 10, which is disappointing. But anyways, that is it for our main 4. Now, for our main villains, we have to do Gormu and /Gumu because first because they are technically Clearnote's minion, and for being a minion, they have a damn good story. Mir, I feel like she could have been fleshed out a bit more and made maybe a little bit more likable. So they get an A, both in terms of power, story, and design. I do like Gormu's design. He's very interesting. Alright, so now let's do Zeon Bell. I feel like I wanted more from Zeon. His redemption arc was, in the manga, was done very quickly. It was practically a very quick turnaround. I feel like it could have been fleshed out more, maybe a little bit more gradual. The fact that he almost won, or rather had his trump card with Faudo, was interesting. The fact that everybody decided to serve him after he kicked the shit out of Leo. Speaking of which, Leo, you get a B. Cool design, interesting setup, but yeah, Zeon beat you. Let's go ahead and give Zeon an A. Sorry, Zeon, your brother edges you out a bit more. And Zeon's book owner, I forget his name. Dufour, yeah. Dufour gets a pretty good story too. But I feel like more could have been done with it. But most of it is fleshed out in the manga. Alright, and now Zophis and Coco. The villains who comprise most of the last part of the story, or of Season 2. I feel like more could have been done with them as well. I was asking for more, and I feel like their defeat was rather rushed, largely because it had dragged on a bit so long. So I'm going to give Zophis and Coco an A. I feel like if they had made it to the last leg of the battle, they probably would have been a force to be reckoned with. Now, Clearnote, the final villain of the series, he did not need any tricks or gimmicks to try to win. Zophis used the Ancient Momodo. Leo used Faudo. Clearnote didn't need any of that. He was just that powerful. And on top of this, for sheer force to be reckoned with, and the fact that they have to erase his memory and change who he is at the end, he gets an S. Alright, that is our Zatch, Bell, Momodo list tier. This video went on pretty long, but those of you who stuck around until the end, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it a like, share it around. Thanks a bunch, and we'll catch you next time.
誰もが思って 翼で夢の